You came back to help me calibrate the lightning towers. I'll be in the tower later and see if we've got any questions. He ran off. Hey, Shinra. Shinra drops the comm sphere. Comm sphere installed. Are you sure the lightning isn't going to cause problems with that? We haven't saved for ages. One sec. I'm going to go ahead and guess it won't cause any problems. But yeah, so the Thunder Plains. The Thunder Plains, you can catch chocobos. This is actually where we sent one of our chocobos. This chapter, really, there's very little reason to come back. Set up a comm sphere, of course. Sid, as you can see, has now moved. He's at this other area, so we can talk to him again. I don't know whether we'll get too much out of him. Where Sid is in the Thunder Plains depends on a lot of stuff. He might not even be here.
Are you still bummed out about that, Pops?
Who asked you?
Let's go.
Yuna,
Yes, Sid?
I'm sorry. Can you forgive me?
Say yes! Why aren't you saying yes? Oh my god, they're so annoying. They're so annoying. I can't believe it. I'm sorry. Sid is such a crap character in this game. Let's not sugarcoat it. He does nothing. It's like I said to you guys in Chapter 1. If you say to him as Zanarkand, yeah, no, it's cool. Do what you like. You never see him again. That's it. It's over. Bye, Sid. How crazy is that? And so, like, he's just going to mull about here in the Thunder Plains for the entire game and then finally do something vaguely interesting in Chapter 5. That's it. But we'll see. Good job, Sid. All right, guys, I'm back. There will have been a weird cut there. Sorry about that. I actually have no idea when we kind of cut back in. But yeah, despite the fact there's nothing major to do here in Chapter 3, depending on your progress on various side quests, it can be important to be here. And it's important for us to be here for a lot more than just a comm sphere. First of all, the agency, which is where the guy with the lightning calibration towers dude is in the first place. But also, this guy is the best guy ever. Wow. They just put a fat guy in a corner and said, "You hungry? I am." And he's looking at bread. He's looking at bread. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, I thought we had to go in the agency, but we totally don't. The main thing I want to show you guys is up here at Thunder Plains North. In fact, there are 3 things to show off. First of all, the towers. I want to show you one of the towers, the reason why I've decided not to go for ribbon. Now, remember, if you complete all of these towers, particularly the last one, you can get a ribbon for your efforts, which is so difficult to do. But over there, remember that area that we had that really depressing conversation where Yuna said that she was actually going to consider marrying Seymour? There's some people. Oh, it's the Ronso. Hello.
You guys better watch out. With horns like that, you're just asking to get struck.
Wow.
Leon and Aid left Mountain to find a way to repair Elder Kimari's horn.
Why
We
is
cannot return to Mountain until a way is found.
Riku doing that animation?
And you expect to find that here?
Yes? Where does Lady Yuna think we should search for a way to fix Elder's horn?
I guess there was some Japanese line or something there that is completely lost in translation. So we actually get 3 places we can choose. Now, what this is going to do is affect some of the scenes you see in comm spheres that you've placed around the world. Now, basically, in my opinion, the biggest, the best scene is going to be Kilika Island. And actually, you get a garment grid as well. I think you get a garment grid regardless of where you go to, but we're going to choose Kilika. And on my other file, I'm going to choose another place as well, so that we get to see both versions.
What's in Kilika?
I don't know.
Well, just a hunch.
Leon and Aid go there to look. Thank you, High Summoner.
Aww.
Come, Aid.
Aid has got such a deep voice. Did you guys hear that? My god, do not cross Aid. Aid is like the strong but silent type who will just mess your day up. Badly. Alright, so that's very important, of course. But what else is important? And you notice how their like little gallivanting around story is completely separate to basically everything else that's going on with the Ronso, which is some pretty serious stuff at the moment. What we want to do is check one of these Cactuar stones. I don't know, maybe we can pray it, maybe we can get the spirit lance, maybe we can find a Cactuar, I don't know. Problem is, I don't exactly know where he is. Ah, here he is. I thought he was at the most northerly one. I don't know why I got so thrown there. Alright, so check it out, look! Oh! You found your full base. So there's like some weird story here where the they've demonstrated that the Cactuars here, who previously in the other game were spelt with Q's, by the way, are actually descendants of the Cactuars of Bikanel. But here's his lair. Son of the Sage. Dude, I'd be pretty careful around here. So let's see how well we do on this one. Not very well, I can almost guarantee you. And this actually, guys, is the last Cactuar we can get in this chapter. So it's Leia the Sage, and here's blah 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 4 beds. One with Cactuars of ages past, the stones will cry for heaven's vengeance when hit. Alright, here we go. The Cactuar is on. Go. Oh, what? Please. Dodge roll and then counterattack my... Ow. Sorry. Sorry to anyone with epilepsy who's watching my channel right now. Oh my god, yes. We hit him and then counter-attacked. How fast is this moving? This is insane. This minigame is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. How can you possibly win this? I think I'm doing really well right now. Oh, what? How did I miss that? And again, are you serious? Oh, it's over then. It's over. We're out of ammo now. Oh my god, this is so hard. Yes. Oh my god, the chain. Oh, it would have been so good. This is outlandish. This is... Oh my god, and I was dodging there, but he somehow hit me. A score of just a measly 1,000. That's disgusting. Well, I lost. Good job, as Leia. And they only get harder. But he's finally cooperating. Take him back. Excellent. Very important, but you could do this in Chapter 5 as well. So that's pretty much it, guys, for the Thunder Plains. However, you will notice that over here, on like the top left of the screen, there is, and this was in the previous game as well, they kind of rendered this lake, and then on the other side of the lake is a big tower. And it was always visible in 10, and in 10.2 they made it a hidden bonus tower that serves as the most difficult one, and you can only find, it's not even marked on your minimap, you can only find it by looking very closely and standing here. And Yuna will have to shoot it from across. Alright, it's really hard, alright, and I'm not going to do very well here. But basically, I have to see what it shows on the screen and then input the reverse. So there it said up circle, so I go circle up. I'm only going to make one attempt here. Alright, so square right, so right square. Alright, it's basically just the reverse of what you've been used to before. That's fine, L2 is easy. Triangle, X. The main problem with the Yuna ones, and again, I've done a lot of this off screen, so you guys won't be able to appreciate this. But a lot of the problem with the Yuna ones is that... Oh, God, I don't even know. What was that? R1 square? No. I didn't even see. I was talking to you guys. Is they just take so long to ramp in, you know? So you get 3 fails and then it's over, as I demonstrated before. They just take so long. Like, when you mess this up, it takes ages to get back. Now, I have heard of people doing this cooperatively. And it's kind of an interesting idea that you read it out. And I did try this. You read it out, and the other person writes it down. So that's triangle, triangle, up. The other person writes it down. So R2, R1, L1. And then you, like, enter it as quickly as possible. But it's difficult. It's difficult, guys. Really tough. I mean, it's pretty hard to hold a conversation with you all while I'm doing it. But we're only at 3 inputs right now. I think it goes all the way up to, like, 6 inputs. L2, R1 left. Nope. And, yeah, I don't know. It's like I said to you guys a while ago. I was kind of hoping that it was just young me, you know? Alright, so, what was that? R2, R1, triangle? No, I don't know. Look, we're only halfway! Do you know how hard that gets? No, we're not doing it. That's what you have to do to get a ribbon. You guys can have good luck. Main things you want to do here is drop a comm sphere, get the Cactuar, meet Leanne and Aid, get the hell out of Dodge. So the final place for us to visit, this is now it, the last one for the side quest stuff, in Chapter 3 is Zanarkand. And it's kind of interesting, actually. Think about it. Zanarkand had a faith statue too, right? It's just, it was kind of different and kind of weird and peculiar and empty and needed to constantly be recharged. Well, if we run around and we speak to some people here, we really like it here. Maybe we'll build a house. Without the crowds, it's almost if the ruins belong entirely to us. Oh, so the crowds are dispersing because of the monkeys. The dome may be having major monkey trouble, but at least the view from here is still breathtaking, she says. This is spectacular. I could stand here forever. And what you actually notice is there are no fiend attacks here. There are no fiend attacks. You guys will remember Chapter 1 when we went to that Unalesca room. There was a hole there. Remember? There was a hole. But there's no crazy fiend stuff. They're leaving Zanarkand alone for some reason. So actually, there's nothing to do here this chapter. Basically nothing. You drop a comm sphere and then you can load in. Now, I believe apparently, from one of my sources, I've got like 3 different guides going on all at once. One of them says you can speak to Isaru in this chapter. So I'm going to see if I can find Isaru. But if we can't, that's it, guys. You know, that's Zanarkand for us. And it's kind of a rare sight, really, that there's maybe not even a cutscene for us. Oh my god, I could have sworn there was a chest there. No, there was no chest. Now we're in a battle. I may as well show you guys since I was talking there. For this battle, you guys should see, we've got Buddy back. Buddy's got to calm down. He's got to see if he can get some money during this chapter. But you'll notice that Pain is looking a little bit different. She's on a Berserker sphere. So she's moved away from Trainer for now. She's got currently all of her warrior stuff, of course, because of her Garment Good. But right now, all she has is Berserk, which boosts her strength and she loses control. So let's just Berserker and see what we've got. Or Riku can annihilate all 3 of them. But yeah, we'll be seeing a bit of the Berserker just sphere as we go forward now. Alright, let's try this time. Let's try this time. Hopefully Riku doesn't completely destroy it instantly. Now, by nature of the way that the Berserker works... Okay, it's still alive. Good. My god, it got hit hard, though. And Buddy's going ham. By nature of the way the Berserker works, because it's got a lot of Berserk associated with it, you saw a huge hit come from her there. And such cool animations. It actually, because you get AP from using abilities, it can take a long time to learn the Berserker stuff. And a lot of, like, the counterattacks and stuff take ages. It's got really good synergy with, like, Bloodlust that we got in Bevel Underground last chapter. Because it just buffs your damage massively. You just go completely ridiculous. If anyone tries to attack you, you counter it. There we go. Look, Isaru is here. Awesome. I'm glad I followed that hunch. People are really sporadic about the way things go. Oh, you're right, Isaru. I know. Look, we got all the monkeys. They're still in love. Summer is euphoric. Oh, Candice's heart is racing. Oh. What's up, dude?
I've heard that fiends have been appearing at the temples. Do you know anything?
They're coming from the chambers of the faith.
It pains me to hear that.
And Zanarkand?
There are fiends as always. No more, no fewer. But the ruin tours are another matter. The only things thriving here are the monkeys. To make matters worse, Sid ran off a while ago and hasn't come back.
Yeah, we know.
I guess that makes me Zanarkand's lone defender. Well, time to do some defending. Until next time.
Alright, Isaru. Yep, so we dealt with the Sid Isaru stuff very quickly. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Zanarkand still awaits. I think Isaru's just fine. Just keep defending it and you'll be absolutely okay. So there you go. That's all you get for Chapter 3 for Zanarkand. And now we're off to the wait. Not the main story just yet. Hold on. Alright, so with Zanarkand done, that's pretty much everywhere that we visited now. We've done something in every single place, but there's 2 places we want to return to before we get back to the main story. One of them is Besaid. The other is Bikanel. And I'm just going to do Bikanel straight away here because we did just get our final Cactuar. So see you guys at the Cactuar Nation. Alright, here we go. And so he's following us, and then we're going to come all the way over here to this mother. And, oh god, okay, try and climb up the lip. Talk to the cactus. Benzo translate, it says, "It's Leia. I didn't think it's time you took a little nap." Wow, that's it. You're such a sage, and that's all you have to say. So now, we can come over to this cactus over here. Alright. And as we usually would, to figure out about the next mother, and Benzo says, I'll translate, "I am Chapaya's mother. Little Chapaya is doing just fine. I'll let him be a little while longer. Be a dear and leave him alone just a touch more, would you?"
That's the gist of it.
So this mother is thoroughly irresponsible and stupid. She needs all the Cactuars back here to defend themselves from the terrible Angramenu who's about to attack us all. And she just wants Chapaya to stay alone. I wonder whether the main one, Marnel, is going to say anything. You should probably hold off looking for little Chapaya. I don't know where Aereo, Barticella and Freya are either. This won't do at all. So basically, this is a hard gate. For Chapter 3, those are the only Cactuars you can get. Really not so bad. But it's not until Chapter 5 you can get the last of those and really cash in on the rest of that stuff, which is totally fine by me. So we're going to leave. For what it's worth, while I was playing, I did some digs, guys. And actually, I found, as you'll see now, Angramenu. Check this guy out. So yes, Angramenu was something that came and attacked me while I was on a dig. I got a lot of damage with him. I had Logos in my party as well. And it's just like I explained to you guys before, the more damage you do to him in early chapters, it does diminish his health a little bit when you get to properly fight him later on. So eventually he does eject us from the battle, as you can see here. And Logos did a damn good job. It was actually a real grind, really difficult to stay alive. I ended up having everyone escape just in case, because I was pretty proud of that dig. But yeah, so yeah, that's it for the desert for Chapter 3. No results on sending that Chocobo there yet, but we shall see the repercussions of that very shortly. Alright guys, so we've been everywhere, alright? We've been to Zanarkand very recently. We dropped his Comsphere, we saw Isaru. We went to Mount Gagaset, routed a fierce Ronso attempt to destroy all of the Guado, and we dropped a Comsphere. Calmlands we spent ages on. We saved 1 billion tourists, we defeated Dark Yojimbo, we dropped 2 Comspheres, we went to the Chocobo Ranch, we checked out the matchmaking guy, we almost caught a Chocobo from there, we checked out all the games, we spent a lot of time there, we even caught a Cactuar there. Bevel, we showed off that ridiculously cheeky hidden thing with the Kinderguardians. Bikanel Desert, we showed off the Cactuar Nation stuff. Makalania Woods, we dropped 2 Comspheres off, got a Waka his shop back, and we got a hidden garment grid from the Spheromoth thing. The Thunder Plains, we found Leon and Aid, dropped a Comsphere, checked out one of the towers. Guado Salam, we had an insane amount of story stuff. And things to do with the man in the sphere, as well as learning a little bit about that secret door we couldn't get into. The Moonflow was really weird this chapter. Basically, just Toble's adventure progressed and some weird... Yeah, let's say no more of that. We had Jose Temple. They really didn't give a damn about us. Really had nothing for us. We got an Albert Primer at the very least by checking them out. We had Mushroom Rock Road, which was closed off this chapter. We had a Machina go haywire on the Mihen High Road and saved a bunch of people and more mysterious happenings. We did a Sphere Break tournament in Luca. Kilika Island is the next main story thing. And Besaid, we also did some main story. So then why did I just choose it as a destination list? Well, hold on. Didn't we get a key from someone in the Calmlands a little while back? Oh, I love Besaid. How can you not love Besaid, man? Besaid is the best. It's so cool. All right, so there's actually 2 things for us to do here. Both of them very tranquil, very peaceful, very cool. Actually, one of them is not tranquil, peaceful, or cool at all. But we have actually, now that we've got the Besaid key, a key item. Again, we could have done this earlier if we'd spent an extortionate amount of money, but who would want to do that? The Traveller who came here in Besaid, the full story is the Traveller was here. He bought the key. He went to the Calmlands on a tourism trip.
Come back soon.
Got caught there and ran off. And yes, as you run around, brother will see you and he'll talk to you.
Hey, brother!
Hey, brother! Oh, the way her voice cracks a little as she says that. Okay, so remember the monk said that there's an extra secret here. But you need a search sphere. And the search sphere is in the chest in here. But the chest is locked. And then he just sort of trailed off in his thoughts. Well, we now have the key, so let's open it up. This pays off much quicker than you might have thought. And voila, you found the search sphere. The search sphere only works on this island. If you leave Besaid, we'll hold the sphere until you return. If you have further use for it, you'll need to return here and retrieve it from the chest. Okay, I guess that was the lady kneeling down next to us that said that. So what does the search sphere do? It's kind of like... I'm playing Pokemon Ruby at the moment, alright? It's kind of like an item finder, alright? It's kind of like a metal detector. While we hold a button, we can scan the area to see if there's anything nearby that we can dig up. So you see that in the bottom right-hand corner, that little sphere thing? So we're going to hold circle, and basically, see that little bar is like blipping a bit? As we get closer and closer to the thing we're looking for, it will blip higher and higher up. So as you can see, right now, we've got some activity. So somewhere in this area, something's going on. Okay, brother, fine. Now, if we move away, then it seems to die down. So we want to come a bit over here, maybe. Oh, a bit more activity. Oh, a bit more activity. Oh, now it's going red, all right? So what you want to do is find where it's at. It's max level, and then press X. And you can all dig in this house. And look, there's a little baby Comsphere here. I mean, it's got nothing to do with Shinra. I don't know what that is. So part 1 is finding the little Comsphere. Part 2 is then using it. And look at this cool angle of the Besaid we get to look at. Oh my god. I love the alternate views. It's so cool. So anyway, we actually get access to a comm sphere here. We're going to be doing a lot of this next chapter of the game, where we look through all the ones that Shinra set up. But specifically these comm spheres, what are they for? Well, there are clues. See, if we zoom in, and then a bit more, and then a bit more. Can we even more? No. All right. If we zoom in this much, you actually see there's an orb on the top of the temple. You see that? How crazy is that? It's been the hardest thing I've had to resist with every inch of my body to not tell you guys about this, because it's been visible in a lot of these videos. Most of the time when you enter Besaid, you can see it glowing up there. And it's got a number 5 in it. A bit like the sphere break core sphere, actually. So it's got a number 5. So that actually is a clue for our cipher. So that as we run back here, like seriously, look back at the temple. Maybe by the time we get this on YouTube, it's hard to see. But you could totally see it up there. You can see it! And I've wanted, every time we've ran in, I've been like, oh... Yeah. But there we go. So we can finally talk about it. So there you go. That's number 1. So anyway, there are a couple of these for us to look for. And the next one is right outside of the village. As you can see here, we're already getting some reading. We're already getting some activity. Just got to wander around until we get it just right here. All right, that's dying down. It's like next to this guy. Do I have to spam X to dig it up? I really don't know. There we go. All right, good. I didn't want to talk to the NPC. Who is that? Botter? Is that Botter? And then we'll get on this. All right, so what do we want to do now? Where could the next clue be? Well, now that you know what you're looking for, it's probably a lot easier. As you can see, there's one over here on this cliff. And we need to zoom in just enough. And that is an 8. And each time I do this, guys, I've just got my notes up right now. And I'm like, okay, there you go. That one's an 8. And we're done. And so what's actually really cool about this as well is you guys will remember, I can now expand on something I was talking about before. You guys should remember from Chapter 1, I talked about the previous cipher thing and how it gave you a random number so that you can use the internet to figure it out, right? And you can skip. And that's very true for this too, but they really pushed it even further here because these are actually integrated into the landscape and they still managed to do the random number thing. Like, how cool is that? And you guys actually should remember seeing something very much. If this all seems oddly familiar to you right now, it should. Because we actually saw something in a very recent video that tipped you off to something about this. What's going on here? Come on, come on. Oh, I just saw it maxed out there. There we go. Oh, Jesus. All right, good. I'm going to have to cut a little of that out. Let's just be spamming X for ages. All right, and we get to press this. And so, yeah, what did we actually find in that cave originally? Well, we didn't find a sphere of Waka's parents, did we? But we did find evidence of a sphere on top. Where is it? Oh, there it is. On top of one of the waterfalls. Remember this? Remember? So that's a 6. How cool is this? We saw that on the sphere. So they've actually set up a really cool narrative. I don't know if you guys realize, but what we've got is a cave on Besaid. That in the cave on Besaid was a recording of one of these spheres. That now we're looking through perhaps one of the devices that created that recording. You see? Ah, it's amazing. And the best thing about this entire little side quest is it gives us a purpose to go back to one of my favorite places in all the game. You guys will remember back on 10 originally, I talked about this little screen. I talked about how desperately I wanted to swim back down there, just like Tidus and Waka did the first time you ever arrive at Besaid. But how there's no reason to ever come here. 10.2 gave you a reason to come here. You can't jump in the water because, again, there's no swimming. But one of the spheres is hidden on the floor somewhere around here. So let's just try and nail it down. It looks like I'm really close to it here. Oh, there we go. We are. Nice. And one final sphere. Looking out across this scene that I'm sure the devs were more than happy to show to us because... Like, how often do you get to see out here? It's so cool. Literally, you can see the ocean over past that. Oh, and look at how quickly the clouds are moving. My God. All right, where are we looking? I actually don't know where the sphere is on this one. Like at all. So we're playing Where's Wally? Or Waldo, as Americans would say. Ah, there it is. Sneaky. Right on that palm tree over there. Look, they managed to keep it interesting each time. And that looks like, to me, a 3. Which would give us the code of 5863. As long as the order is the same order that you run down to the beach. Which I'm pretty sure it is. So, where do we enter this, though? What, on the same keypad? I mean, this has probably been on all of your guys' mind the entire time. Where do we enter it? On the same keypad at the start? Well, no, actually. Do you remember when, in Chapter 1, this might be easy to forget, but there was a branch. You could go to the right, and I showed you there's a second keypad in there. It's that second keypad that we want to enter this on. Oh, and what will this do? Will this open up a whole new dungeon for us? Oh, let's see. So, the 4 ciphers are 5, 8... I really don't think the music's fitting for this dungeon, but fine, whatever. 6, 3. Access granted! Oh, and the whole wall comes up. And the mini-map expands. Totally badass. How cool is this? So now we wind our way along here. We get this chest here. 3 ethers, which I suppose is nice. I wonder if that's the kind of chest that refills after every chapter, because why would you ever come here? I mean, in theory, you could get to that chest in Chapter 1. It's just be incredibly difficult. And we actually come out of the cave now. There's an exit to the cave entirely. And we end up all the way up here. How fantastic is this? And by running along, I dare not hold circle in case she falls. By running all the way along here, on the periphery of gameplay, we finally find a chest. And this chest is what that video was showing, right? It showed us one of the spheres, the ciphers, and it showed us this chest. And this is the Raging Giant Garment Grid. It gives you Confuse by equipping. So for regular players who aren't using International, you can use this to access a lot of blue bullet stuff. But also, it gives you Confuse Touch and Berserk Touch, which are fantastic. I also think it happens to have a good effect if you equip it onto a Fiend. No, it doesn't really. Confuse Proof and can cast Confuse. I thought it was something more specific for Fiends. But there you go. It's a Garment Grid that you would not be able to get otherwise with early access to Confuse for other versions of the game. But when you've got Festivalist and Psychic, they both give it to you a little bit quicker, a little bit easier. And so there you go. I'll see you guys back in Besaid now, as our business is not fully concluded just yet. It's so cool seeing the little comm spheres on the floor down there. Aww. Oh, guys, and I cannot wait to get to Killiker. Killiker is so cool. Killiker, like, story-wise, is done so well. Oh, and while we're here, how about we learn some blue bullets? Buddy, no, don't kill it. Don't kill it, buddy. Oh, it oversold. All right, we got Buddy to escape. Bye-bye, Buddy. Bye-bye, Buddy. We are going to learn some blue bullets. So, Pain, once again, she's on her blue bullet right now. There are a couple of new ones, on Gunmage, sorry, right now. There are a couple of new ones that we can learn in this chapter. What you guys should be seeing on the screen right now is actually one of the ones available, the Moonflow. But also, very importantly, Seed Cannon. The very first Kimahri Lancer ability from the previous game. Of course, that returns in X-2. And hopefully he'll use it on Pain in just a second. This enemy actually uses it very frequently in their regular form, but maybe not so much in their oversold form. But it uses both abilities. Heavy Seed Cannon. There you go. Apparently Heavy Seed Cannon counts, and Pain learned it. That is not the only thing we have to learn here in Besaid. Another thing we can do while we get the Search Sphere, because also Malboros can be found here too. Scratch that, actually. I've been grinding for Malboro for ages now, and I can't seem to find any. But Malboro are here, and you can catch Bad Breath as well. We'll get it at a later date. It's totally fine. All right. And I bet you thought it was over. Well, no, not quite. Yes, brother, I get it. You can see me. Stop. Ah. Okay, not quite over. There is one more thing to do in the temple. You may have thought we're done. I actually kind of want to talk to the old lady up there as well and see what she has to say. Actually, I find it kind of funny as well. Even when fiends were pouring out of the temple, she just sort of stayed patiently in here, waiting. Lady Una, I don't suppose you've been to the cave? Yes, I have. That cave possesses more secrets than just the cipher sealing its entrance. There are, in fact, 4 more. Yes, I'm well aware. Clues can be found. Yes, I'm well aware. Yes, I'm well aware. Why have we talked to you so many times? Yeah. Oh, look, she's talking about the miniature comm spheres. You can use it to scan the area and... Well, I'm not really sure. You'd best see for yourself. Ah. I want to brag. I want to be like, hey, lady, I did your whole side quest. Yay. Anyway, there you go. It ends with the Raging Garment Grid. Could have been a better... Raging Giant, sorry. Could have been a bit of a better reward, but hey. All right, what we're actually going to do is talk to this guy. Gunner's Gauntlet? What? Yeah, that's damn right. There's actually an alternate version of the Gunner's Gauntlet. You can do the entire game and not even know this exists. It's got a different flavor. There's basically no reward except 2 chests if you can make it to the end. I make no promises that I can make it to the end. And what this basically is first-person shooter. Yep, it's true. It's a first-person shooter. And so it's always moving on a rail, as you can see here. And the controls are basically the same, except a bit more fiddly. Now, what the analog stick does is it allows you to look around properly. Like, I can't even imagine, like, that basically the devs of X-2, what we want to do is turn around very quickly here. Because a ghost will sneak up on you, as you can see, and you've got to kill the ghost. The devs of X2 were like, yeah, let's make a first-person shooter section of the game on rails. And that's exactly what they did. You've got to be quick killing him. All right, we get some dual shot as well, which I think we want to equip now. And yeah, these controls are a little bit fiddly, actually. It could be a little bit annoying. There's no crazy reward. There's 2 walls that if you can break them... There you go. You've got to look very closely at them when trying to target. Because otherwise it doesn't work too well. There's 2 walls which, if you can break them... Oh, God. Oh, were they little spider things on the floor? Crap. All right, there we go. Let's steal those. Don't let them run past us, I guess. Look how small these fiends are. You actually never see fiends seen that small, do you? In regular battles. Oh, the magic of first person. No, I only have 4 health. I'm not going to do too much. There's a demon wall over there for you guys. And we're out of health. There you go. It's a cool game. You could try it yourselves, I suppose, or maybe there's a video of somebody doing very well. The rewards really aren't that great. You can basically ignore it for the entire existence of the game. But yeah, there is an alternate version of the Gunner's Gauntlet that monk randomly will give you. Cool. And that's it, guys. That's it. That's all of the side stuff from Chapter 3. We are now officially done. We are going to move on to the main story stuff. And oh my god, is it good. And then we'll be on Chapter 4. We're going to be at Chapter 4 so quickly. Chapter 4 is not like other chapters of the game. All the other chapters you've seen so far, we've had free reign to explore all of Spira. Alright, brother. Thanks for the input. Everything does look different from down there. Yep. It's like you're a little kid again. I love the idea he's just like fervishly watching it. It's amazing. Yeah, Chapter 4, you cannot explore the entire world. Chapter 4 is very specific, very weird with the way it works with the plot. And I cannot wait to get there and show you guys. We only have to do like this kind of world tour once more. And we're sort of at the end of the game. So yeah, we shall see. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.
The end is not far now.
Yeah, you're telling me.